Omade shema munyina ha UTV esuni omamu nsam ne amahodo so de awosemu kwa so enu nene wi Midday esomo kasebo ekwan so mi amidi kase ho chia mi midinde amma saponkuma nkuma jesi ye kase boye enwumako bi adaroma ene ye de esomo this way chocolate drink de hia nso hye ya na wapebi anonom na aboa sa so na specialized mineral water nsu papa ebemo wapomoden na wonkofa typhoid bia emfama ho eno ene sese wonom ye won sachet bottle nketwa akese ne adantemo ntimpacho de upebi a obenya so ene wode ato anom yentinsi ensem no emu na yenhwe ne animu nsem a aban e de atodwa se ewo economic dialogue resolution na nudwumadi a wonum di ye no mampanya be de eche se eyade a aban ebebo ne homoden sa nkwankwa nwumaku a wo man mu no obetumi enya nantu agina so wo man mu na wadi wondwuma eye yera ayu afri ye eso e de abetu edwase se wo hwe se wo mkomra hye bedwafie na wutie ensem bi a NDC majority no kan kamia yesa se NDC pese wo mu twa U10 won nsem bi a wono mu kan edefa akomodensi achi ba ho nsem se obehye mu kana na afi dia se wo mo dane wo ma no e wo sansem no ho Yera Isaac Adongo nso de nsem bi atodwa wo se mampanyi John Dramani Mahama na anu ode oman no etebia etodwa no ne nsem ni bebre obeka aso wo be kwa adwom na ede efa wo hawa wo ho so wo be bobna ene be suchi omanfo na so wo hwe paade a MPP aban no obo ne homoden sene abra 2016 Yera John Dramani Mahama eja adwanimo ede ama NPP se aban saso ene yebebo hwi na yakwa akopie mu e wachem oda aba betodwa se Cholera yade no ebi ate asise wo ho ni nyina egina se ahunidi nsem a enkoyie no eno na adwadifo wo ho ebosugeti e wo ho ensem afoforo bi kan wenum ho na awie Midday esomo kasebo kwan so midinde ama saponkuma jesi afi yentinsi ensem ne mu mampanyi abedi echire Professor Jane na opoku agiman e de atu edwase nano eye national dialogue economic dialogue jumedi a wonum di ye nanu no de opese wo magana fo nyina ehunu se aban na tuni ho asi wo se ankrankra nwumaku a wo memu no obema wonum anantuo ne sere gina so se de beye a da wonwuma betumi akonkan.
We must ensure that the structural and policy reforms support a more resilient and competitive economy, especially in key areas or key sectors such as agriculture, education, healthcare, social welfare, and others. Our commitment is to continuously review and adapt our policies to meet the needs of a changing global economy. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, a private sector-led growth model is important. We need an enabling environment that allows businesses to thrive through improved access to finance, better infrastructure, or creating a more competitive business environment. We must strengthen the private sector as the engine of growth. This must go beyond just being mentioned too often. We need to act on that and ensure that it is capable of creating even more jobs and driving innovations. We must anchor these interventions on good governance and fighting corruption. Effective governance is essential for improving public sector efficiency, enhancing transparency, and strengthening institutions to eliminate corruption. The reset agenda is both ambitious and necessary. It requires a concerted effort from all of us, that is government, private sector, civil society, every Ghanaian citizen. And I want to assure you that the government of Ghana is fully committed to translating these resolutions into concrete action. I have noted all the homework you have given us. Our promise is to collaborate with all sectors and all sections of Ghana to ensure that we deliver a homework worthy of an A.
Emrashebedwani a wogyen mu ade hye wo afidwa asokore Dr. Yiw afiriye e de atodwa se wohwe oman fotosanfo ne nsem bi a ode ekoto dwa ebrad na National Economic Dialogue dwumedie no ekoso no a ekame aye se wonum gina yesi a wosiye de afa National Insurance Fund hono National Health Insurance Fund hono ase wo munya NDC aban ne besan atwa U10 atwa twabutuo asesa na adwene wo ho na se koba ne saade a ene no obeka se wonom esese wo pagana fo chew e wo se gina yesi no.
Who are here, I believe, to urge us on to be seen to be acting on the issue. This matter has to deal with the unsavory comments that were made on the floor a few weeks ago.
Ghana for Enyaba Adada Sembia Ekoso. Yebeye campaign no. Oman foto no mo NHIF for health insurance. Obi ato ade a utua to. Sika ye jeje no afe no eyedu a aban ne nwotwe ema NHIF na ode mienu akotua eka anase aketua for ode ama won. NDC for ama yeti ase se yedu a omo de e foto no mo no edu ebeba no omo de ni na bema health insurance no omo de aye adwuma. Sesia no omo ye program bi a Minister of Finance akoka ohonum se sika omo hwehwe no wanhwa enso but yesu yanjindi ye expect 11 billion na NPP time no na ye expect 8 billion by ma NHI 6.4 billion ayetua ni na ma wo mo enti wo koye promise se sika obaji bia no odi ni na be ma NHI afiko ekrampo ni hia because USAID for omo ko $75 million omo de ma aban no omo jai enti afi momu na wose odi sika ma NHI no mo ede eboa impuntudwuma any Ministry of Health but ose omo se no mo kura sika wo NHI no enya de eso ani na kire se opeso ka se omo ntumi emfa sika ni na ma wo mo na akoba de MPP aban na ye no se eyedu ane mo omo wotwe but baby a wakotena no we hu se ohia sika de aye impuntudwuma enti ontimi mfa ni na ama wo enu nti na okasa no enu nti de edi kan ye pese ehu sika ose aba fom no ne dodo ene ye pese obeka kire Ghana fo se de omo kan manifesto se omo de ni na abema ene sesi a bebi a wakoduru no ensonso ya abem se ensonso ya abem na opese osesana no de a e wo so ogitum na opa ho cho ansa na yakoyenim.
Spanish abaya na msini owo my Ghana mu abanan akọ piemo asoya ya ehwe nkrase amamu ni mpuntuo eni nkronketua empeja ehon nsam so onumonyamfo Ahmed Ibrahim anan so amono so amanakọ aba obaya na nante tietietie ane se wo hwe kwan a amami enu befa so na ye nyina yetumi apeja na yegyina ye na so ama oman no se de epese ewie no atumi ayo.
We've always seen Ghana as a very, very strong nation and a nation that gave hope for the general development in West Africa. And still today, we see Ghana as the most peaceful and stable country in West Africa, a country that needs to be supported and needs to have our full engagement also. That doesn't just go for Denmark as a country. It is also what we say together with our friends in the European Union. European Union being the largest donor in Africa and the largest donor in Ghana. And that is what we stand for. We are very, very supportive. We were also very supportive of the elections that took place just last year. Again, they were peaceful, and that was very important that we could continue being here, being active partners together with the new government and the new president of the country. And this is where we are at starting blocks here. A president that did his first speech during this period as a president to the nation just last week. A president that started just yesterday the national dialogue on the reset of the economy, the national economic dialogue. So we have a lot to do together. We have a lot of interests between ourselves that we need to continue.
Ghana Danish relationship a yonkufa edi over 50 years. Wow, close to about 40 years, almost 40 years. Say I mean no kasai, bubo other sectors dia, guswa, and now by ya mana wa Ghana. And a juma a guswa omoya omunye onusi amana ho. And I yetu abana abanda dano koya manfufra abano. As development partners, ombe here words in Kranshen Sembia a be free aban ho aba. Inti President Echo State of the Nation or no kind. Inti omuba hanonsuna as a sector minister, I was a misumika. Na mo munya GDSO, mwana omodi bua Ghana no. Yen abandon sa old projects no. And until I saw T Mikasa na me ma mo arishe mu say yen to abandada no nyoma no bi engu. Ndiye munu ne sha ase bia yesu ye ba betwa so. And I think that was critical statement that no more person want. Enti mwadi e bibiri beba.
We abusiafo yanko ahomane so enche kra na Ghana ban ya mampani John Dramani Mahama eda no ema yete yese afi yesikasem enyina yie sa wo hwe sikasem ho nsem ne se yeso a set match afi dida no de konkronkro ni ade ne hwe abosuom ni asem ne ye bia de a na ho nsem fata se ye bebo ka san se sikasa san se Ghana enyina yie enu nti afi ombedi ewo abankese mu na yensa ka Shamima Muslim ye oye deputy presidential spokesperson wa mano so ye bisa ne se nhihye yete sei sukufo ne enim se nka eduru sabre ya nka ne se bi astate match o chena dodo no abe match yetimi kwa match ana ye no wo Jubilee House nti wo bi anya ne nyina ye na nti ye ba beji emunchemu era mpacho memo akwa aba eba ye kase boy so Shamima
medawase
na pomo to say
nyamena dom boko
yo ochina independence celebration no say na ebeko
me so ka say na monda na me pamucho etina mamonda
okay
etina ye very reflect about Ghana's independence ampa afi anniversary celebration no yes shall say 28 February with the commemoration of Crossroads shooting now happening here 28 February 1948 three ex-servicemen as a result of colonial soldiers shooting into over 200 ex-servicemen and no more demonstrating for more rights from the British government. And yesterday from 28th, Her Excellency Professor Nana Jenopo-Kwajiman on NLED government side to lay the wreath to celebrate their heroes who historians believe set the stage for Ghana's independence a couple of years later on the 6th of March 1957. Afi yes, Kelly down celebration no sika 70.
Okay.
But nyema nkodano na emo mwenije.
Okay.
And say final what do you know quiz competition no.
Okay.
And final schools debate on afi sim na celebrate independence anniversary which is reflect, review and reset. And nyame boa enumere Her Excellency Jena no Pokwajiman Obelidi representing President John Dramani Mahama to give presidential awards to school children.
Okay.
This evening there's going to be the presidential awards for school children at the Accra International Conference Center. Meka say parents and I say schools ebetimi din kodano akọ exhibition be from tomorrow even they can also participate. They can go around and see the educational exhibition.
Shamima,
yes.
Mebao, yes, selected schools. Ewa Accra. Na se bia mantambia ni yeyi school for nkwada ni bia yebebo mabasi.
Across the region.
Okay.
Nkwada na omo ya dear India. BC, SSCA, no.
Oh, okay.
Usually every year, regional representation.
Okay.
Almost presidential scholarship for performing very well in their exams.
Okay.
So that is what is going to happen this evening.
Okay.
But at the forecourt of the conference center, there's a big picture exhibition about Ghana independence struggle, the story of our independence.
Okay.
And and I ever culminating celebration with the commemorative guard of honor. And at the forecourt of the Jubilee House, the armed forces will mount a guard of honor for His Excellency the President, and there will be a few speeches. It will be just like we usually have it during the independence celebration at the Independence Square, only that we will not have a march past. We will not have a march past. Not time, Yes, post now. No, Independence Square, no. Na eviano ne esika ebe kom no na edoso. And she reduce contingents to just a little number, so that we can manage it, because I think
Shamima, rehearsals na nka na dey train set match.
Me pa so bia sorry anopa. Cardinal compound. Then to arise
school compound and I say fear compound.
A fear compound.
Okay.
Biara etina march around your house.
Okay.
Sing patriotic songs.
Okay.
Celebrate Ghana's freedom 68 years. A significant by nyina ye reflect here ye who say at so there kesie eda so ejira ye nyina to build the Ghana we want. Into me pamocho district levels they are also commemorating the Independence Day at all districts.
Okay.
There will be commemorative events.
Okay.
Children will attend.
Nekrakra ochina a holiday.
Me pamocho a holiday.
Me pamocho adechia ka ho ana.
A Friday no menya sure Ghana GSC omobe make announcement because children are not marching, they will determine if Friday should be a holiday. They will announce it.
Okay. Yeah, that's Shamima.
Yo.
Yeah, abusia for Shamima Muslim, deputy presidential spokesperson, no kokasa, neches or china de yafofida. And he said the Yankodan could generate march ne be collapse. Ne honkro ne bani nyina wochina ne tuotwa ye yi nipakuo kakra bi a ekodi sa adwuma no ewo Jubilee House ne chese de ewo hono no na ye to ansam ne so a ye ko gamanche gbese manche atenaye ewo nkran ha na His Royal Majesty ni Dr. Ayibonte ye otoso mienu wo chese yade a ye kase ye de His Excellency Virginia Evelyn Palmer wababe piemu ewo nkran ha kona na so efi US ni nyina ne se wo ba na wonu mo mabedi kasubum ya hwa amamre ya nananom nkranfo kura ekwan ben na America fo betumi di won ho ahye mu bie echefa bei wo mbebo ama ya mamre no atumi akwa aman ahodo so ama wo mu nsuso ede wani ache o man Ghana na aboa me yesika semagina
bete manche dia baso bonsam koye de ma Ambassador Palmer emwa ombo aye ma 2024 elections e course o man Ghana no ewie yo wasika bimanka bia memo US 40 ase ye pasi ase etidane de nyina wo mpesa amama hodo nyina a wo ne omo wa anyangofa no wo so ede eye adwuma enti na wo mo eboa wo kwan songo so omekoso nso aboa ama yie nso ato yie ewo oman Ghana ene wono entem na wasanso de tudwa say USAID US Embassy ni nyina no aboa ye papa ma anyangofa kese a eda US ntem ne oman Ghana ntem no etimi etintim wo wie ya na nkomodie no so kekan ye ede kwa amamre ne amane ensem afei akonya hodo a ni nyina ne da wono so obetimi di sika hye ye opportunities ahodo mu sabre ya oman Ghana ye Ghana's football connection anase Ghana ya gudi ahodo a ye ni US fowo a sabre kura ye boaboa ye ho na World Cup qualifiers no so ye di ye tintim so no ni nyina wo mokasa ye ede efa ho anyankofa mapa wo hwe se wo benam amamre ne amane ensem so na etimi di ahim na amma anyankofa no etimi akoso ayere ewo US ene o my Ghana ntemu no ni nyina etodwa ewo nhyiemu no ase.
On behalf of His Royal Majesty Dr. Ayibonte, the second Bese Manche, Paramount Chief of Bese and Adopting of the state, name economic and the good people of Bese, it affords us a great pleasure to welcome Her Excellency Virginia Evelyn Palmer American ambassador to Ghana, to this historic visit to the Kwesi Manche Palace. We are extremely happy because you are the first American ambassador to visit this palace in my reign as the Kwesi Manche and Adopting of the Ghana State. The 2024 national elections was characterized by tension, which created fear and panic in Ghana. Thankfully to the diplomatic works of Her Excellency, we had a peaceful election, for which reason our beloved country is not torn apart. Shall we give a round of applause? It is for this reason and more that we are gathered here this morning to give a royal honor to Her Excellency Virginia Evelyn Palmer.
In fact, this was the Kwesi Manche's initiative, and I'm very, very honored to have received an award. And I reflected as he was talking that it's important that we celebrate Ghana's democracy and recommit to strengthening Ghana's democracy. The Kwesi Manche had a vision in the middle of last year about what needed to be done to ensure that Ghana's elections were peaceful. And I'm so glad that they were, and deep respect for the people of Ghana. And the transition too was peaceful, and now the hard work begins. So I think we all have to work together to ensure accountability and the further strengthening of democratic institutions. Ghana's heritage is a wonderful thing to see, and I know that Americans increasingly are learning about it and appreciating it. And the Kwesi Manche was talking about cultural tourism, and I think there's a huge market for that in both directions. And I think as more and more people visit each other's countries, it will contribute to the prosperity and job creation in both the United States and in Ghana.
Kwesi Manche ni ayibonte ya otoso mienu san to anensem so de futuo ama ahemfo foforo wabo adwa ama wonom se wo se wonom ada wo ba na wo meye adwuma emma impuntuo emra Kwesi ene nempatem
nyekwa kabe nyebabie gameke twichitu jiku yemi waka ne bia nyete nyekome nyetwi babo dabi ko ba fi wo fi no wo fi ni ani keminje mwene nyina tuye nyina eni bakawata nye machame nye bofema ya nutumo onutumo jido ka akelele hapo na hello okaba danyo kulu baba kwa kuta bewo onutumo akpo gemene kopi oyibe tumo na ba tu ke Kwesi e ba no ni ko bude e na jibo orupe jiko ko so ba o ba na ni ko bi wa e mo ke ni no mo ni o ya ka ba o ka le bi jo so le jo ba ke jo o ku ko ha Kwesi no ba su no na mo le bi so le ba ke ye Kwesi Manche pani o ma no da
inta Kwesi jasi yin minka asafu efan ke na gba fe na gba ni oglefi e mako e ni mo jaje fe ni to awon nyawa
wole no neti no suman ko ibagan ni ji amale akamale eboligan akababoti wo shi wonomi shi Kwesi Manche ni ji ni doctor ayibonte di second ike chefe amekamena ni machine na nukwale ina nukwale e kan meka ngbejeme inye hodase e won ha mukwa kem inye hodase e wo madacheme fe shin akajimene bine amekwe na ka nukwale ngmehe ne kan
waje bie ne ba afie numo kefane eja ake wo hie how mo piye nyaje sanawe meni wo ha me shia na me babo e ameji
We are busy for ya to and some no so your bush ni akopiremu e wo mrahye fie aba beto just say Bank of Ghana or governor ya to nsa afre na ba mrahye fie say wo mecheche mu e dan chenchire ncha Bank of Ghana kukuru si ho hu sika sem ne ho nche no wahwe wa beje ntre ha no o mechemu nche mpanyufo any the way forward enti yakasa de doctor esiama e wo mrahye bedwam nti yenko na yenko hwe se de enkomotwetwe ne anototo no esiko.
Ask your questions to my team. Can I go on? Chairman, with respect, the governor in his submission is saying that he has forwarded some document to leadership and he hopes that this will enable us ask the relevant questions. But respectfully, we haven't received any document. I think they are now sharing the document. So I just want him to wait for a moment for us to have this document.
Thank you, Honorable Minority Leader. The document has even been loaded on the console. So, Governor, please proceed. Honorable Governor, please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the discussions around a new headquarters for the Bank of Ghana date back to 2011 when the board at the time considered acquiring land for the project. However, the board at the time could not settle on a specific location until its tenure ended. Mr. Speaker, even in 2016, when I was a deputy governor, the same issue was being considered. However, we could not settle on an appropriate location. In 2019, under a new board of the Bank of Ghana, a structural integrity audit was conducted, and this showed that the existing head office, which was built in the late 1950s, had developed significant structural defects and was no longer fit for purpose. Mr. Speaker, we have provided a copy of this document also on the structural integrity audit that was conducted in 2019. Following this, Mr. Speaker, the Board of Directors at that time approved the development of a new corporate headquarters, citing security, operational efficiency, and long-term institutional needs as key factors. Mr. Speaker, in 2020, the land was acquired at West Ridge, and I am informed that a competitive procurement process that was approved by the Public Procurement Authority led to the selection of Mr. Goldkey Properties Limited as the contractor under a 10-key arrangement. Mr. Speaker, the project was initially valued by the PPA at $81.8 million US, but later increased to $121.1 million after the Bank of Ghana requested for re-evaluation. This was revised again to $222.8 million, and I'm just rounding off, Mr. Speaker, after the redesign and inclusion of building management systems. Mr. Speaker, there were also statutory requirements, security needs, and sustainability considerations. As a result, the total project cost increased to $261.8 million. Mr. Speaker, as of February this year, a total of $230 million approximately has been paid towards the project, with an outstanding balance of $31.8 million to be paid to the contractor. Mr. Speaker, a total of $48.3 million has been paid in taxes and levies that were related to the construction. Mr. Speaker, beyond the core building, separate contracts were awarded for other infrastructure. These include ICT systems and network infrastructure, which was awarded at a cost of $8.6 million, integrated electronic security systems, which was also awarded at a cost of $15.8 million, and furniture and furnishings that was also awarded at $11.1 million. Mr. Speaker, these elements were included to ensure that the bank operates in a secure and technologically advanced environment in line with the needs of a modern central bank. Mr. Speaker, while the new headquarters project has understandably drawn public attention, Mr. Speaker, it is important to emphasize that the Bank of Ghana remains fully focused on its primary responsibilities, which is to maintain price stability, which is to ensure financial sector resilience, and which is to foster economic growth. These are the priorities that guide our actions. As an independent central bank, we recognize, Mr. Speaker, that public trust is fundamental to our operations, and that trust is built on transparency, sound decision-making, and a demonstrated commitment to prudent financial management. Mr. Speaker, we want to assure this Honorable House that the new board will exercise its oversight responsibilities efficiently, and the new board will ensure value for money in all our undertakings. Mr. Speaker, once again, I thank you for the invitation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Governor, for Bank of Ghana and your team. Honorable members,
Bank of Ghana Governor na yete se ye bisa ne nsem a wo yi ano ne di kan ba ye ne yero afanyoma ake na e bisa ne nsem na wo chese nsem na nkepesi ye bisa na opanyin si wo the documents bi ascend leadership so yen sentimi nkan enso so asesesi ye amenga se me hu se ase afi na be campaign fonsa eno na PM wote adwom chese Mr. Speaker chese eno de yen fa nto nchen ansa na onto na asem so ansa afi na be to ho aye nyina ye hwe emu yero ne chese 2011 na Bank of Ghana sija yese omo bepe baby na omo si omo a head office said ye be boa mum dwumade atumi akonkan wo mu boy ma ban besesa ye ma afi wo ma ntumi ahye da enya baby port ye se omo di dwuma no 2019 eno so saa e wodro na chese aban foforo yi ba ya eni omo be so omo nti mpanyimfo ya board of directors a omo da Bank of Ghana no Omuye audit and umgohunu say ya wadanda there esi ho best afi apem ahankron aduonu machi ye dan kura nyina so na nya papa nti se wo mu nya sasa ne te wo mu siesie betumi aye nti omuye audit wo honhun say sika ebekom ni audit no wo si PPA fo edi wo mu dwuma wo mu betese wo mu wie bibia keka ne masi animu no nanka eka wo ho na akogina $121.1 million and afi wo mu san ye say yen revise na wo mo nhwe nimpompon so wo mo ye revised edition na chese akwa wie $261.8 million na eno anono enti ye kase ye die edan no ne eho dwumadie no wo matumi atua sika ne $230 million ama aka $31.8 million a enche wono mo ebetua eno da nche ya ne mebie ko mu here ma wo mko fa asabia ye ne disi dan no na ye bambonsem de di kan afei se de obetumi adi ondwuma eyie na nkoba se ye kotena ha ye kosi office wa ha na bire bi so ayasan tu asan ko baby for fronti eno mu si se gina ye efa abia ye ho eno da nchen a wo mu si ye ba no se ICT ne ho enkrone ba no a eno wo mu di $8.6 million ene shemu etintim sa technologies ni nyina afei security firm ye $15.8 million and banning konwa a wo mo betena so a $11.1 million asem na ye kan na wo mo de ehyemu ni nyina nkamfo ano wo so wonim se ade a wo manfo no pe nkontabuo board foforo aba ne be ye wo mo fam de bia se wo mo be man nkontabuo papa se fata ne niema bi o mo bu o mo ni gu so kane no foforo ye aba no ebetoto ne ye na obi bia enya wo no mu ejide o mo wo ho se mpo se o manfo kasa ye fa dan ne ho nyina no Bank of Ghana koso ye na adwuma se obeye amoma yesikasem no egina ne naso ama Ghana etumi egina yenti wadwuma ne de obobomoden na waye ne ye ha ene wode na no si ya yeso ya ba studio yi na yeto so biemu a kane so afo ya na wo hwe bambo ensem so yeron munyamfo Dominic Nitiwo so edin nsem bia todwa na sem odi todwa ne se na no state of the nation address a omampanyi John Dramani Mahama gina simpie so di todwa no za wo hwe ensem a na wo kanu a wohunu se eni nyina so de enti o ka se eni nyina so ne se wo hwe 2017 ya na NDC fra ben mu a esikasem ne sectors ahodo no wo mu gina bia ne ba bia wono mu MPP fra adwa so akọ 2024 yi wo mu ja mu edema NDC no wohunu se wo mu ya ade pa de chen NDC enti nsese mampanyin ebe kwadwom e wo sa asemi ho.
You describe the 2017 to 2024 this harshly. What would you describe 2009 to 2016 economy? Because, Mr. Speaker, the MPP record of economic growth under Akufo-Addo is higher than what we came to meet under Mahama. Mr. Speaker, the record of per capita income is higher than what we came to meet. Mr. Speaker, the record of agricultural growth is higher than what we came to meet. Mr. Speaker, the record of industrial growth and the MPP Akufo-Addo is higher than what you came to meet. Mr. Speaker, the record of job creation is higher than what you came to meet. It's higher, ours is higher than what we met. Mr. Speaker, the record of fiscal deficit is higher than yours. The record on primary balance, and my sister will expatiate, is higher than yours. The record on trade balance is higher than yours. In fact, the record on current account balance is higher than yours. Mr. Speaker, the record of gross international reserves are higher than yours. Mr. Speaker, the MPC record of cumulative exchange rate depreciation is higher than yours. So, Mr. Speaker, when he describes this economy on the terms he has described, what will you describe the John Mahama economy? It's worse than Chaskele. If what you are describing that is so bad, and all the major indicators of the economy is higher than what we came to meet, what we described John Mahama. In spite of that, he has become president again. And you think this side we cannot rule? When we compare the indicators, you don't compare. But Mr. Speaker, I read from the president when he says, I have not come here to lament the state of our country. Though there's much to lament, I understand why I was elected with such high voter confidence to solve their problems. But unfortunately, 80% of the speech was to lament and to speak blames. Mr. Speaker, I have a message from the ordinary man on the street. The ordinary man on the street says that, Mr. President Mahama, please note that complaining and campaigning is over. We are in solution time now. Ghana finished reading the Book of Lamentations on the 7th of December 2024 by voting for you to solve the country's problems. We did not vote for you to come and complain.
Boga Central Mashebejani Yeran Munyang for Isaac Adongo so dia tuja se. Ora John Dramani Mahama Bejama Shebejamu bra wodi o mine tebia tuja na wokwa dwom ekasa ye for hawa wo ho anu di kasa se. So wo hwe NPP aban pa sede wo ma ye Ghana pa nzana wo mu frɛ adwa so na di ka enka ye kora nka edi sun se yewra no enka wo sun sanse o ma anwene o man ho abeto o man ene asikasam a yase no atete no apansam.
Mr. Speaker, Baomia Bako, if you pass through ECG, there is death. Cocoa board, death. Government of Ghana, the treasury in the Ministry of Finance. In fact, I think Atufosi may have to convert that ministry into a debt-paying ministry. Because every day, whether he has job to do or not, every Thursday, he must go to the Bank of Ghana and auction to be able to raise money to refinance your mess. And you are here holding press conferences for creating the mess that he's trying to clean for you. I heard my good friend at the back that was saying that it is scary. You have given us a caricature of an economy. What you fear in our economy is the type of picture you have created for us. And when His Excellency says that, you say that is lamentation. Mr. Speaker, they gave us a lamentable economy, and that is the only state of the nation that His Excellency can speak to. But Mr. Speaker, when you have a group of people who have been so reckless to the point of finding it difficult to understand, and when you decide to put a stop to their recklessness, they call you a terminator. Mr. Speaker, unfortunately for them, the man who inherited their mess is a ruthless terminator. Mr. Speaker, John Mahama is a terminator of ghosts at NSA. Mr. Speaker, His Excellency John Dramama came to terminate your mess just here, the 58 million hole that you left for him. Mr. Speaker, His Excellency came to terminate corruption. He came to terminate the waste in the economy. He came to terminate the rental of private jets that you were so accustomed to. Mr. Speaker, we have a president who terminated all the wrongs that had occasioned the management of our economy. The destruction and collapse of our banks have been terminated by His Excellency. You should be praising him for terminating the messy economy that you left for him. And we are now on the path to a proper growth that is inclusive and that will create jobs for our people. And you should be praising His Excellency for that foresight.
Brim Central mensini no emu eho no wobo amane se wo manfo no ehu aka wo mu sanse yade ye friend se cholera ayamtuo yade no atietese ewo ho enti adwadifo ma ewo ho no mo empanyufo se enwanimu ya anamon bi esesi etuo na eboa ema efia aba mpotem ho nti enam so de yade yaba no yenso ano entem
ete ho na na ekume kura me se yetu atakiti ne wiya na o masan abasa bola isa na egu ha enti anyeji sika ne yaje me 5 cedi yaje we beju obi sika ansa na o ma ba besa aja ewi ase no se kura obi ti ya de ya ye ko mi ye hwe nyankopon ti abo mpa esawrade ya le bone na o ma bi nka plane de ha be bia ye sitan ade hwaduane nie aha na ye sididi obi ti bi pla no de aba begu ase Oko Canada peda so Zoom live for no so ka yesi enti omoka nti amadwuma ne ye no ayo omoja baba we wa baboafo bi etua tickets anaku ayekufu ado abreso de ene ye ko ene mama ba ye nso anso ya hya ase akunti esram mpanifo okrom ha enwa mi si wo kwa tebubu ahụ 1992 ena tebubu station omoye mi si wo ko ho na obeka se ye ekure ni bosom a pavement here biao and so down for the share dear bola. Okay, can say CIS we NDC ni, okay, KS we MPP ni, and I bola near Tiswa, Mrs. Sebra. Bola ni high and cassa. You would your best. A woman, no, my best, a woman, yes, Saboma. Say you would hear. Yes, what are you, Tito and Gary? Yes, no one boy. I me burn pa, Midia. If we are me pa, means me cry, let's say cry. Na ma me hona mu nyina ya me basa ma me yale kura tie pon mu chewa omu sama ye ni e drawa ha ye srawam e pon mu chew ha na aduane ni bibia won tie srawma ye ka sai ha ya na e boa ye nam omo ba no pa wia nwumre beji ticket ebo no ensia kura na omo pese omo beji ticket na so bola no omo di begu asa na bola no so titiru pa fi edwomfo obi o di bola ni fi abonten odu anu ato akene na okọ obi nya dwomfo ma nko edwom anyina so obepra no obesa na di beko akobu ayi ni die ne die obo akura onye we hayen we say egugu branch ahakakla na bo wan kasa yentimi kura akanka ne say yedidi ne anu musuo ene etu yenye bia anu pe ne bola ine diso
it's because of them we are here and they have every right to complain and their complaint is justified. We have made some moves to ensure that those debts are cleared. In fact, some of the issues are Zoom Lion related issues. So when the sanitation issue came to my notice, I did not disagree with the suggestion that to get people to move to get the place cleared. I mean, the Zoom Lion were complaining that for 1 year they have not been given their allowances or salaries or something. And so when it came to my notice, I said, okay, we should do what it will take us to get them some money from the assembly in order to get them to work so that they will reduce the debt at the station and elsewhere. As human beings are the same people who actually produce them. So it is good that when you produce waste, find a way to manage it within your area.
You have some for your tour and seminar eso. Ye kasaya idea yensa aka Deputy CEO Edema Ghana Tourism Authority. Enye obia se yankasa yade nyina yenua bema Gilbert Abeko Agri Santana o menchen ewa ha na unim se March de ye yes wo se Ghana manta ye de efa ya fade ye di yenuane ye da ye ho adidi a kire wiase de ye so ye wo ye nyame de adom ye gina so atwisika ba oman ni mu na eye dwumadi odi dada na post ya san be bona wa tu enti ye bedi emu nkomo abe si wo mpacha kwa ba
basis peji so
si wo no yakana na abamu
mo na mo di ka di ma be
guys enti ye da nyame ase ni otinkwa me pacha yenhwe March bosome ba kontam de kwa akosi ni April Easter ewo ho no just be na modi agu akwan so as authority
yo dedi kan me da wase ene akwanya kese a odi ama me na mafa akwanya iso edi nchia kese edi ama me boss me chairman Dr. Osekwa me despite any Dr. Ernesto Forisapon and me godfather Dr. Father Dixon na fe asire diobio enkoma His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama na enchi ankoma Ghana Tourism Authority fo nyina free headquarters all the 16 regions ubusa me a said the wonim no Ghana Tourism Authority marketing any licensed regulator edema tourism and sahwe adwuma ewo memo na afibia no ye the match bosome no asio se Ghana Independence Month no ye de be kaka ye ho ya mamre baby ye free baby abedu any baby aye koso oman eden de kai bom so oman baako ya mamre ye kai mamre a tribes ebusuakuo ewo maimu ye obese 46 tribes ewo Ghana ye kasa ye duane ayedi ya fade ene ya mamre ne ya mane bibia no isanse ene abefo European ene American Western culture to say na esese wiase no se ya nhwe na ya mbo sa amamre ne amane ya ye nananom de amaya enche bi ebeyira na mafo eba enim abedin to enim bragro na mafo aba enim enduane ayedi bitise mpintin apapransa diehuo akanchie ene mpotompoto na mafo aba enim zanuane no it is am pebo so many da bi amfansi wo amfa ambosa adawuro ya yesi wure fi ukro mu hini a oyira wo bedwase ena utumi hia obi ne wo fefefe wo fin o se mi fi sandema wo te sandema ka so se da bi o waka oda o se me nko hoda na eba ne sa na enyefe eti Ghana Tourism Authority ono de oboda ru se obia behu omai enema soronko anyankopon e de adomye eti ubusa me a na eyade dada Ghana Tourism Authority no na afi ya hyemu kena ya mana etu se ana ebinim ka se de bia moye won kran na adanti na other regions no nyankopon adom His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama na niso ade hunu ba ko a ode aba for tourism Black Star Experience na Black Star Experience na ye den se afimuni nyina no ye be tourism yabebo aban atwamu abaso te say beyond return any year of return or the buy ma hogo bibri eba ni December yen twen say December nko na yabebo the rules and crofo mbra na mum ede inwuma ehyehyeye na ede egu akwam say January be den February be den March be den it wo hwa mampani Jo Mahama ehyehyeye na ye we whole month ayede Ghana Fashion Month as a mantino Ghana fadi enko a ye besre nwuma bandwuma ono mampani na nkasa ne Ghana fo nyina ebe purely
ye be kwa dwuma sa bosome ba ko a wo shebro ni ya die bia ye niema efi ye ya mem wow
na bosome ba ko bi so e de besi wo se ye Ghana Food Month Ghana Food Month je se Ghana nuane nko a
say your restaurant me be restaurant na fancy me continental dishes na me ya na me be ko ni local
bebia wow ye be boa ma hotels no ato eye enrobaya ye kuafo aye esan se so obi dua mankani obi dua kontomire oye kontomire fu ana se burube ana se me fa se
at least
esa se yedi because ye ndi na yedi amanoni nuane na se kuafo no obejai sa eyine eno munsu ni adwuma iti de mo ayedi Ghana nuane de mo ma Ghana kuafo no edo sa no mare eno so de be masika akomoboto
ntse be makua nso agina ne na so
ene bi nso ene sesei anansese mayira anansesem ejare ko jamade bi ye de bosumi asi wo se ye de be Ghana Literary Art Month sukumu efie ensori enwuma media ye be kasa because eye abakwasem amamre ne amane ye de amaye eti ye ntontwene eti eye all year round na Ghana Tourism Authority ene ye the implementing agency anase dwumaku a ebesi ni naso ayesa ne ma nyina eti yebema ye tourism no ayefe yankopon adom ne mommo a said UTV de heritage Ghana mo sha se kramponi eni dwumadi bia sa se ye de asi o se adwa ye bo agye echini ehwe ya mamre bragro aware se woni mamre da obi bewu anada awukọ ware o ye babunu e ho na be se ye fa amamre kwan so ne de ayewe ti wenum nyina na ye ba be kire ama enchirima ne mabunu ehu de ye nananom e de agya ye
yo wie abusuafo se de munim no si o enti ubetumi abo ba ku mienu bi so far e bia animu ye yi March yi mu ebi a baako mienu bi a ye hye dade ye ne adi echi ansa na afeni mu nyina no a ene de se afe na ne pompon so mpanyufo mu be kunchire gu nkrata so ne ahwese de beko enti de hipa na edi intenteman
me da se ne akwanya yi efi enne Eshase from the first, ekopim 31st March. Ye call media houses. Ne hane media house ayedika ba. In fact, if Ibra ye mame akwenye mako peace mako okay ena maba menko radio media biya so. Eti aha ena yedi eshase. Ye be call media houses from now akopim 31st March. Ena fe so no yedi Ghana Music Month si ose bosumi Musicians Union of Ghana. Ombe edwumedie bi ewo National Theatre. For 2 days, you be any free, ubia bi concert party, you know, you National Theatre free. And City FM4 year Heritage Caravan, Ghana Tourism Authority support you. And I feel so a year Ochina 6 March, Kumase, Kwadaso, ye wo baby wo Kwadaso a friend AQ3. Ye Diamond Hill Kwadaso, YFM4 so a year food festival. It will be who nyina koso ewo 14th March. Yebeye Taste 68 food fair Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park into bar and Kranfo aduane and Kranfo amamre nnuane ahodo ni nyina obetumi be free on the 14th of March. And efi ochena edekopim 8 National Theatre enso ye Akwaba Festival. Wow. If you ochena ekopim ifiada National Theatre Akwaba Festival. And now on the 10th to 14th ye Ghana Cultural Week and also koso Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park. Then 15th March Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park and so A to Z showbiz and ye and Kranfo amamre on the 10th to on the 15th March and Kranfo amamre. Then on the 22nd March University of Ghana University of Ghana City Mall Legon City Mall ya person youth na on ehu gobe so mfa so enti gobe ya gobe ga ni adua gobe nyina ye do mu nyina e ba ho obi ane se de o ne gobe ye obi wa ne gobe no pie account you obi wa ne gobe no tomatoes any jenny eka ho you obi wa ne gobe no crampo otumi e de a friend saying enam eka ho eti gobe bia wonim bia e won kra ne de gobe fo ni nyina begu Legon City Mall na students at University of Ghana obi akodi gobe ni bi. Then on the 29th to 30th the forecourt of Accra Metropolitan Assembly ye back to your village food festival. Eti bosumi de duane mamre nyum ye ntade hye ye kasa ene ye bobrese de nyankopon eboye no ena Ghana Tourism Authority ye bohu deru say ye sre efie mo ne mo mba enka anwensem Muntu anansesem ejariko jamade bi munchechom enkranfo amamre anwrafo amamre obia nye bibi na enamafo aebe ehu yenchi CEO yebeda asifapapa Deputy CEO Edema Ghana Tourism Authority Yerua Gilbert Agri Abeku Santana ne no etwetwe enkomo no enti Ghana Tourism Authority nhihye ya omudi agu akwan so nyina ye famu di a ye be ya aboa no eno ene be ma bibibia authority ne kunchi agu ho no ebetumi awie mu di enti nyemfa ye ho nhyem se de ye se ye wo se ye ton ye ho na Ghana de ye ja ye bibia omode ba ye nsom na ye mmoa na niema enkonka CEO ye da se papa ye abusuana ye betoa ensem no na ye toaso dia na madaroma ye be hometiawa na ye ba bongo di fara e de agudie mu nsem a waboaboa no abetoa ye so eno nti meba sese ya